We all have experienced the feeling of not belonging at some point in our lives, including me. I was a small 8-year-old girl when I had to leave my home behind in India to move across the world to a completely new place. I remember walking into my first day of school. A friendly teacher guided me across the hallways and took me to my new 4th grade classroom. I noticed so many new faces staring at me, so many new people that I could be friends with, and so many new things that I had never seen before. All my little mind could think was, wow, are all these people going to be my friends? Of course they were. I remember walking into the music classroom that day and being in awe that my teacher had purple hair. I introduced myself to the class and I sat in the corner of the classroom, right in front of the teacher. A group of girls immediately sat next to me and we all instantly clicked. They were all so curious about me and wanted to know everything, like what my favorite color was and how I knew English. Of course I knew English, but the point here is that even though they're all from different backgrounds and different ethnicities, they treated each other and me the same, even though they thought I didn't know English. The thing is, when you're in 4th grade, no one really cares about what you look like or where you're from. Everyone just wants to get to know you and have an extra person to play tag with at PE. I remember my first day of high school at a new town. I'm walking into my new school with a plain black and white fit. For some reason, every kid goes through this massive change in the summer between middle school and high school. Nobody knows why. We get taller, we become boring, and we're also weirdly self-centered. The classes get harder, the number of friends become smaller, and nobody is their old 4th grade selves. Nobody plays at the bright pink park anymore. We just sit on our phones and talk about others instead. Nobody wants to be different anymore. Even the term, I want to be different, is considered cringy now, because being different means being the weird kid, being the odd one out. Everyone just wants to be exactly like each other. I want to be like my friends. I want to be like the cool kids. I want to be like the popular kids. We all have said it, and that's what I did too. There was this one group of girls that I idolized for some reason, maybe because they were all so popular and pretty, but I wanted to be exactly like them. I subconsciously changed everything about myself, from the clothes I wore to even the music I listened to, and I finally became a part of that group. I finally started getting invites to all their birthday parties and all their hangouts, but I still never felt like I truly belonged. I always felt like I was just there to give them attention and something to talk about. But I was so desperate to be a part of that friend group that I stuck along. I thought this was how friends were supposed to treat each other. Everyone feels somewhat intimidated by their own friend groups, right? It took me a whole year in that school to finally find a place that I could call my own. Friends that would do anything for me and with me, and no matter what it was, they would always be down for it. They made school so much better. One afternoon, my dad came to pick me up from a volunteering event, and we drove to Duncan, my favorite place on earth. That's when he broke the news that flipped my world upside down. We were moving back to India, the same place that I came from 8 years ago, the same place that I used to call my home. But this was my home now. This was where I belonged. Next thing I know, I'm on a plane, traveling far away from all my friends, all my memories, and everything I ever knew, back to the place that I'm supposed to make my home again. I would like to say that I handled my move pretty well, or at least everyone thought I did. I remember walking into my first day of boarding school. It was completely different than what I was used to. I mean, it was a boarding school. We had to wear uniforms, and it was just different. Many people actually wanted to get to know me though. I was interesting now. For the first time in a while, I felt included in every conversation I took part in, even with completely new people. But it was when I finally started to catch up on life that I realized how much I'm missing out in my old life and my old friends. Even the fact that I had to call them my old friends. It felt like watching a movie from the middle and you have no idea who the characters are. Like, I knew I had more friends than ever now, but I also felt like I had no friends at the same time. I don't know about how this whole feeling like you don't belong thing works, but I know it doesn't feel good. From time to time, I would open up social media to check in on my friends abroad, see what they're doing. But every time I saw all these fun pictures and videos of them hanging out without me, when I'm stuck in school, a huge wave of loneliness would hit me like a wall. And I did not handle it well. but I was expected to. But how? I've never been in this situation before. Yes, obviously I had all these people who wanted to talk to me, but I never felt like there was anyone who actually wanted to listen. Someone who actually cared about what I was saying. Which brings me to my topic, belonging. Belonging is one of our most important needs. It means you feel included, accepted, and not judged by the people around you. Belonging just feels good, but we often don't realize it until it's taken away from us, until we miss it. I don't know how to exactly describe what belonging feels like other than it just feels good, but I think everyone here knows that not belonging feels like being punched in the face by your nemesis and not being able to do anything about it. I think that's worse than being trapped in a box of spiders. And I hate spiders, so it's pretty bad. Imagine yourself on a Friday afternoon. You have nothing planned for the next day, and your mind is completely free. I know if you're someone like me, you probably won't be able to relate, but just imagine. What will you be thinking about? Chances are you'll be thinking about something that involves another person, or resonating on old memories, which also involve another person. What I'm trying to prove here is that we're always thinking about other people and how they are making us feel, just like how others are always thinking about us and how we are making them feel. The human brain just longs for connection and the reassurance of belonging that we get through these connections. Let me give you another example. Have you ever been unsure about what to do at a particular situation and looked around the room to see what everyone else was doing about it? I think we all have. We often decide to go with the flow instead of following our own directions. We all just have an urge to fit in, even if it doesn't seem like it. But no matter how much effort we make to make everyone here feel like they belong, to make everyone here feel valued, it's never going to end in a full circle. Everyone here has, and probably will, go through a period in their life that they feel like they're not being noticed or heard, no matter how much or how often they try to voice themselves. It's inevitable. But what if there was a world where loneliness doesn't exist? What if there was a world where everyone feels valued and connected with each other regardless of their age? What if there was a world where everyone was able to voice themselves and actually feel heard? In this world, everyone is able to enjoy the warm companionship of each other with the reassurance of belonging. In this world, loneliness is merely a foreign word. The key point here is the what if. This world only exists in our imagination, but we can innovate it. Not through AI, not through engineering, not through technology, but through ourselves and through our communities. This utopia can only be invented through the change in our social norms, which start with us and then pass down to the next generation and the next until it's completely resolved. Most people only tend to communicate and get involved with each other when they expect something in return. Would you continue to talk to your best friend if they start to leave you out? Or your business partner if they start making ideas without letting you know? Of course not. Communication is a two-way street, and so is trust, and so is involvement. These three things are crucial towards building that sense of involvement, inclusiveness, and belonging in one's life. But most important of all, we have to remember to understand and accept reality. Though this idea is already communicated and clearly understood, the problem of people feeling like they don't belong or loneliness continues to persist. It's part of the human nature. But this is where my innovation comes in, the connection meter. A meter that allows you to see how compatible you are with others. Something that will let you know if you'll get along with someone new. The connection meter has the ability to analyze your personality and compare it with those around you, giving you a reading from a scale of 1 to 10. 1 meaning that you guys probably won't get along, and 10 meaning that you probably found your new best friend for life, or a new business partner that you can share amazing ideas with. Now, if I had a connection meter with me when I first started high school, I would have easily realized that I would not be feeling the best about myself if I surrounded myself with these group of girls that I so desperately wanted to be friends with. I would have easily found a better group of friends that I can be myself around and spent more time with them than what I have now. With the help of the connection meter, as well as the change in our own mindsets, we'll be able to transform the world into a more inclusive space for all. But until the connection meter is actually invented, how about we all put in an effort to make everyone here feel valued and connected with each other? Don't always wait for others to make the first move. Be the one who starts a conversation first. A simple text checking on your friend has the ability to make a world of a difference for someone who feels left out. Maybe that was what I needed to make the move a little bit less hard on me. When we put away the self-regard that we have for ourselves and find a way to be compassionate and care for others without expecting the same favor back to us in return, the struggle towards finding belonging and loneliness would finally come to an end. Though we can only dream about this utopia, there are many ways we can actually put forward the steps to reach there. And life gives us an infinite number of chances to do so. Nothing is a full stop in life. Everything is a comma, which leads to another comma and another. That's the best part about life. It keeps changing. So as we all stand together, we have a great power to make a great difference. So let's bring this utopia to life. It all starts with us. Just remember that everything will be good in the end. If it's not good, then it's not the end. Thank you.